caution us to be careful to make sure that we don't turn into the gimme people, but the people that become strategic partners to help them achieve their objectives. And so that when we present to them, do exactly what you're saying. We're not asking you for money, we're asking you to invest in this outcome that's going to make you a better legislator. If we want to hedge our dependence upon the military in this area, let's create an infrastructure that attracts larger businesses to this area to shore it up. And here's a plan to make that happen. It's going to increase revenues in this area. It's going to shore us up against our deficiencies of being heavily dependent upon the military. And here's a plan for you to get success, Mr. Legislator.
I agree with everything you're saying, but if it doesn't get moving and legislators don't get it, it's a moot point. You see what I'm saying? I mean, I think I agree with everything you're saying, but if we don't get it to legislators, I mean, it's great to be able to say HRT pulls us together and sends it to them. But it's another thing for a grassroots organization such as this, to be able to say, this is what's gonna happen, and this is how we need to do it.
Well, the comment was made about let's all write letters and more along the lines of
I
what
never
people
write
need.
letters. I go right to them.
Hold on,
Yeah.
what do you think we should do with Dean's information? You're saying go to them?
Yeah.
Agreed.
I have to step out because I
Yeah.
got to a meeting.
Thank you, Brian.
But let's follow up on this very important conversation. And whatever we can do to provide good information and frame it in a way that's helpful to keep it going, and absolutely, we want to do that, so.
We should be seen as a valued partner, that they look to us and go,
That's right.
when they are knocking on my door, I want to let them in, instead of when they're knocking on my door, what do they want now? That's all I'm saying. It's
Yeah,
just-
I agree with what you're saying, I agree with
Yeah.
everything you're saying. I think the other piece of it is that we educate the people. We're gonna have new legislators this time in the General Assembly, and they need to be educated. There's gonna be some changes in seats, and we need to be the people at the door to educate them on this. That's all I'm saying, we need to, can't lobby them to educate.
Yeah,
I use that
yeah.
too.
We did a trip to the General Assembly last year. It was a home run, and we spoke to every local representative in person, a large group.
Well, a whole lot of work had gone in before that.
Yes.
And after that, they said this is a key moment, this is the day to go, this is who to see. They didn't know all that. They knew it. We weren't just,
Yeah, I think Dean's.
this sounds like the whole new legislative push and committee and how we organize that is what the executive committee will figure out fast, how to get these original ideas.
While we're on the subject, can I recommend that we as a group take at least one trip to Richmond while the session is going on? I would personally like to take two, and I can do one on my own. But I think that we should go as a group on one of them.
Based on last year's success, now how we're gonna pull it together, I don't have an answer for that. But speaking in terms of our vision, I would agree with Gary that I could see this group going up and doing what we did last year. And maybe
Yes.
maybe we partner with another group so that we're not having to do as much of the heavy lifting. I think, would there be a consensus on that?
Yes.
And it was fun. We took the train
Yeah.
up, we had lunch together, we hung out together.
I stayed for 4 days.
He stayed for 4 days.
I had an extra day to myself just to chill out and relax.
Group, do I have your permission to move along on the agenda?
Yes.
Thank you. Keith Parnell's not with us today for our Marketing Communications Committee, which takes us directly to nominating. And Judith is in charge of our nominating committee. And I'm going to step out real quick because I need to make kind of an emergency call. And once you're done, would you go right into program committee? Thank you.
I've already written to each of you about the nominating committee process. And we will have our general meeting, our annual meeting early in November, the first week of November. So before that time, the nominating committee consists of our chair, Will, Sylvia, and Keith is not on that yet. But we welcome any suggestions or volunteers. Now, I'm hearing a lot of stuff this morning. I don't know exactly where some people belong. But we need officers who can put in the time that it takes to keep things together, to meet monthly at least for the executive committee, but also the people who have the vision of the So please, it's a lot of work if I have to contact everybody and ask for ideas and give them names and stuff. Please, if even right now you would take a piece of paper and jot down some names for officers, but also if you have committee ideas of people that you know that would be excellent for different groups that we're working on right now, because this process goes on all year round. We have people who drop out, who move away, who resign, and so on, and keep having to fill slots all the time. So if you would please think who among the people you know, either current members of the board, current members of the organization, people who show up for our events but never have quite joined,
And our meetings,
and
and the meetings.
the meetings, yeah.
Is this for any of the subcommittees or?
Any of the subcommittees, but particularly the officers. See, we have to elect the officers. The committees are a little, they're done a little different. So write them down, please.
Okay.
So, and write them down.
Can I just ask a
now.
quick question? And are they gonna be elected at the November 12th
Yes.
meeting?
Yes.
Hello, everyone. November 12th is an exciting day for us. We will be having our general membership meeting, and we will hold elections, as Judith said, as well as hopefully get far more members part of HRPTA than we have. We have a speaker coming in, Silver, who is the Director of City Planning for the City of Raleigh in North Carolina. He has committed to us for that day. On the day of November 12th, we plan on doing a citation for Ray Taylor. We are going to also, well, I'll go back to that with the executive committee. But we need to discuss planning for Mitch Silver to arrive. Is that something we do here, or we just hold it with the executive committee?
That's committee level,
Okay.
yeah.
And that's just the great thing about it. If anyone here would like to be part of that planning process, on the programs committee, which includes just assisting with that, Mitch Silvers, he has agreed and he's willing to come, and that's about it. Judith would like to hold a meeting that morning with other
Wait,
members.
it's at night, it's not, right?
Right, it's an evening program. We hold at 6 or 5.
People are coming directly after work.
They were coming directly, so they were arriving by 5:30.
Yeah, we need to be ready for them at that time.
Right. Because we did 6 o'clock last time, and people were there between 5 and
Yeah, I would think if I
I-
could be start time.
5:30 start time.
I can
Sounds good.
help. I'm gonna request the day off.
Okay, 5:30. It's a great start time, I believe. It was an excellent event when we had it the last time during the evening. We had about 55, 60 people show up. We're hoping to have it, maybe use the Marriott, but we had it at the piano bar area, and we may need to do something in one of the rooms because of the amount of people that we hope to bring.
Yeah, somebody who worked there said that they've had a couple hundred people in that piano bar.
Right, but it's not conducive
Closed
to
off.
when we're doing, right, doing the elections as well as having tables set up for all of the HRPTA business that needs to take place. We were planning on having a computer there so that people who are interested in registering and becoming part of HRPTA can do it right there online. Those are some of the things we talked about in the
Mm.
Sandra, what do you think?
That way.
In the room where the tables are, we're talking about the Marriott, the
Yeah.
room where the tables are, the piano bar, so this kind of-
What's the difference? I mean, aren't they both, hold on, aren't they both technical rooms? One has very little in it, the other one has a bar and a piano and
Are other
chairs.
people coming into this event? I mean, other people coming in to the piano bar, other than
No, we
us?
didn't have that problem.
You didn't? Okay.
The real problem I saw
Sound.
was that a lot of people didn't hear your
Sound.
fantastic speech.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sound is a
They weren't
problem
settled
there.
down.
Well, you didn't tell me that.
But they weren't settled down yet. See, they were still milling around and so on, and, they weren't sure where to sit, and the chairs, and they,
Sound's
if
an
they did
issue in
sit
that
down,
place.
some of them had their back to you, which was fine, but, it was just kind of a little, and if we're having elections, and I don't know.
Yeah, I wouldn't think that would be conducive.
Right,
So, but,
if we hold it in a room, when someone starts to speak, people will actually go and take a seat.
right,
Take a seat.
exactly,
Okay.
yeah.
We could still have a bar set up,
Dean?
a paint bar.
I just, other than the funding, why wouldn't we do both? Have a social event in the piano area, the piano lounge area. Are you talking about when you came upstairs and it's kind of like
Yeah.
a horseshoe shaped
Right.
area where the meet, yes, I met you, yes. So that's a great way to get the social. There was a lot of mixing going on. It was, it seemed to me that it was fair game for it to be networking. Everybody was kind of doing some of that as well too, which is nice. There's some of the people that you want to have involved where there's some events you go to that's not felt as open to do that, so go ahead and promote that, get people to know each other, other board members, prospective board members, just general members, everything else, and having fun, having a kiosk with an iPad or something so that people can register right there at the event if they want to, and then move the event into a formal setting where the audio is gonna be better. I don't know what the,
I think
You
funding
look at-
is the key for
so
that.
what was the cost for the piano lounge? Was there any cost for that?
It was
300
Yeah,
was nominal.
It was nominal, and what do you think the room would be?
it's $10 a head.
To use a room,
They gave us the room, didn't they?
They gave us the room, but for the food and stuff like that, it was $10.
Yeah.
yeah, but to move into.
No, it was
a room-
$300, period.
You're talking about the piano room, I'm talking about
Oh, sorry,
the other.
sorry.
That's what I'm saying, if you had the social aspect in the piano room, what would the cost be to move to a room? The additional
We can
cost?
ask, because I wouldn't know.
Okay,
Because
They
we
may
haven't
give
done
you
it like
that.
that.
If
Yeah.
you've got a deal with them, you may be able to use
Right.
a piano bar and then use the room for free.
I'll ask.
So you
Well,
gotta
just-
negotiate with these guys.
you know, everything I do is, you know, all about where I can benefit and others can benefit. Certainly a corporate sponsorship of a room where it's made clear that I'm the corporate sponsor of the room and there's something that has my name up and I'm announced as a corporate sponsor of the room.
What do you think the corporate sponsorship is worth for House Call Company?
Yeah, I'm not gonna get any work from it, it's just another way to get my name out there,
Right.
you know. Depending on the number of people that you have there and how well it's promoted, maybe 500. I mean, certainly the people that are coming to these events typically are the kind of people that I want to know about my company, so.
Right.
Smart.
And I
Yeah.
may not be the only
Yeah.
person in the organization that would be interested in doing something like that. I mean, quite frankly, if we're gonna advance the organization, I can certainly, not use that myself, and maybe there's somebody that's corporate sponsorship that would do it even at a higher level too.
Right.
Where you would
Introduced
offer a
ourselves yet to
corporate
her.
sponsorship for
Really?
$1,000, $2,000 to
Right.
somebody for the event. You could cover the event and use it as a fundraiser at the same time to put
Correct.
money in the coffers. I'm not in a position to do that, but maybe there are other members who are large law firms. I know McGuire and Woods is always sponsoring events and things like that.
Bay Disposal was willing to sponsor one of our events.
So $2,000 for Bay Disposal would be nothing, cover the cost of the meal, the goodies, the bar, and have some money left over as well, and why not support, in fact, Bay Disposal, invite everybody
need a
else to
tripod.
participate. They needed a tour and all that.
Right,
Wasn't that-
not us, yes,
Okay, there's something,
out in,
anyway, I don't want to sidetrack us too much on that, but if I was approached by the committee for that,
Gotcha.
I would be open to that,
Yeah.
and that would,
We even know the right number to ask.
yes.
Yeah.
So, and I just think it's important, that the organization be seen at a high professional level with that.
How do we, question for the group here, how do we do sponsorships where it doesn't cheapen the group? And that probably isn't the right word. Can somebody help me here with what, compromise? Yeah?
The word is prostitute. That's the word. We don't want to prostitute the organization. I think you just call it what it is. Say, our organization depends on our sponsors supporting these events.
Literally.
So that they can come here because this is a very important initiative. And because they're willing to do that, we want to prop them up so they can continue to support our organization in the future.
Do you
This
have-
is not about prostituting.
Do you have a
our
comfortable
organization.
feeling of how to handle these sponsorships and how to place them and so forth? Sylvia, hold on, Sylvia's got her hand raised, so let me put
no,
a
I don't
pause.
have my hand raised.
You
I'm
didn't?
Holding my chin, yeah.
Oh, okay, I thought I saw you do this.
It all depends on what you want from the sponsorship. I mean, what do you want them to, you know?
I want their
do?
money.
Well, I know that, but I mean, what are they gonna get for their $250 or their $500 or $1,000?
Right, right.
When I do fundraisers, they get something